Hello everyone! Over the past half year I have been working really hard on Percy's Park, my own theme park in Minecraft. And each and every single one of the rides you see behind me has gotten their own video, where I go through the process of building it. Now sometimes I make changes to the park that don't really fit into their own little separate video, they're just too small to fit in the video. And so when I have enough changes I make a separate video for all those changes, and that's what this is. And if you stick around all the way to the end of the video, there is even a little preview, a behind the scenes of what I'm working on currently. You definitely don't want to miss that, stay tuned for that. So let's talk about the changes in Percy's Park. First of all, you will notice that I updated my skin. Look, it's really awesome, I have a beard now. And I updated the Percy's Park sign to reflect these changes to my skin. Now, if we were to take the broom to fly over the train station, first of all you'll see, it's hard to see, but there you go. The broom now has particles. I thought they were really cool. It says broom has particles now. And then if we land very softly, whee, over here you will see that there are a couple of changes over here. Let's first talk about these circles here. They used to be stands over here, where I'd sell the merchandise that I have in the park. Now, personally, I never really liked that. Originally, I added it in. I was messing around with right-click detection. It's how I made these wands in the first place. But then I had these wands and I had to put them somewhere, and I figured I'd just make a little stand for them. But then I sort of figured that is way too easy. I want to make people earn these ones. I think that'd be so much more fun than just clicking a button. And so these merchandise stands, they now mark the very first official discontinued feature in Percy's Park. And now the only way to get the merch is by exploring the park, riding rides, and I am not going to tell you exactly how you get which ones. Except of course for this one. This one is new. I have a wood shoulder plush. This one is toggleable. If you click it, you can see you get a little wood on your shoulder. Isn't that cool? You can click it again to remove wood if you need for some reason. I mean, I don't know why you'd want to remove wood, but yeah, the option is there. Look, let's turn it back on. There you go. Hi, wood. Now keep in mind, this is not the real wood. This is shoulder plush wood. I will, by the way, reveal how you get this one, because I think it's so much fun. If you write It's Percy's World over here all the way at the end, you will automatically get this one. Now speaking of merch, you might have already seen it, but I've updated the texture for the bubble wand. Originally I had a 3D model, but I didn't really like that. I sort of threw that together really quickly because I needed something. And I didn't like it, and so now it is this 2D texture. I thought it was really cool. Whee! Another visual change that I made in this area is this over here. As you can see, this has a line here now. I never really liked how this area turned out, and I'm slowly working on improving it. One thing I found is having a defined edge over there really helps a lot. Now, it's not going to stay that way. The idea is to have more buildings on both sides over here, just like the theater. Have buildings over here as well. But here in Percy's Park, we make rides and attractions as they come, and so right now I don't have anything for there, and so I'm not going to build anything there. I figure just adding this little line just defines the area a little bit more, right? Makes it less random that there is things here. Now speaking of defining an area, I never really liked the transition between this area and that area over there, and so I made a little gate sort of thingy. It's very fairy tale themed with the mushrooms and the hanging lights. I really like it. It's really cozy, and it's a great transition between that and this over here. Oh, whoops. As you may know, over here in this area, you get random grass turn into path. It is really random. Let's see if it happens now. It's not happening now. But this should be exactly on the boundary for where that starts up. Oh, you saw it. You see that? There you go. This should be exactly on that boundary, and so the path should connect really nicely over here. Oh, I completely forgot to do that. There's supposed to be a sign. Oops. Look at that. There we go. Sign. Whee! Makes it just a little bit easier to find this attraction. It's kind of hidden away, isn't it? Something else that doesn't seem too unimportant is the entrance for the racetrack is over on that side now. It used to be over here. I figured this is the thrill ride area, and it made more sense to me to have the entrance in that area rather than on the other side of it. So there we go, there's this. There is a little path still here where it used to be the path to there. I thought I'd keep it. I really quite like it. This the idea that there is or was something here. And now it's all overgrown. Another change to the race cards. This was originally one of the very few rides that didn't really start itself automatically, which was kind of an issue. You had to manually start it by typing in a command, which we can't have. And so now when you press the button to get in the card, you will see it says when all players are ready, press the button again to start the race. And so it doesn't matter with how many people you race, just make sure that everybody's in before you start, and you just press it again. Doesn't matter which button it is, and then it will just go, as you can see. Oh, and look, Wood is ahead of us. Now, this here is also new. When you finish, boop, you get confetti. Now, here's a question. Can you all guess which ride you get the confetti ones from? I can't. That was a lie. I know exactly where you get it from. Oh, this is no longer the exit. Oops. But now is the time that you've all been waiting for. The sneak preview, the behind the scenes into what I'm working on. What's coming to Percy's Park next? Everyone, it is my greatest pleasure to introduce you to a new character in the park. Say hello to Hugo, everyone. Whee! Now, Hugo is a very curious little creature that lives in the dark oak forest. He's a combination between a squirrel and a worm. It's really weird. He's like a furry worm that's green to camouflage and blend in with the environment over here. And of course, Hugo will be joining the other cast of characters in the theater, but Hugo will also be able to go outside from every once in a while. Look at that, there he is. Isn't that cool? Now, speaking of the theater, let me take you there right now. There we are, welcome to the theater. If you've seen my most recent Percy's Park video, you will know all about this. We have puppets playing in here, and I think it's absolutely amazing. I did, however, run into 2 issues when making this. Let me show you. Zoop. So, to demonstrate, let me get Gary in here real quick. Oh, look, there he is. Hello, Gary. Hello. People, okay, we're just going to get another character in here. Let's bring in Ray the Fox. Ooh, hello, everyone. Ray, will you help us show something? Oh, yes, of course, I'd absolutely love to. Now, the way that this theater here works is that Ray is kind of confined to a 2D plane. Ray can go left and right and up and down, but not forwards and backwards. Oh no, I'm very much stuck here. And that's kind of how this entire puppet show works. Now, there are several issues with that. First of all, it's very tricky to get characters to look directly at audience members. For example, I can sort of have it look at you right now, but I have to keep him moving. Right now, he's not looking directly at you. If I sort of... See, I can never really properly get Ray to look at you, right? You see that? That's kind of an issue, and that's just how the theater is made. It's just a natural consequence of that. And so you see the 2 issues. 2D plane can never go forwards and backwards, and it can never look at the player. Thank you, Ray, for letting me demonstrate. We'll be moving on to Hugo now. Okay, no problem. Thank you very much. You're welcome. Whatever. I'm going to look for a snack to eat. Yeah. Well, that was Ray, everyone. Give him a warm applause, even though he's already gone. Something that I'll be able to do now is get over here. There you go. It's a little bit tricky up here. There we go. And from my inventory, I can now select Hugo. Oop, and there you go. There is Hugo. Now, Hugo is not stuck to a 2D plane. Hugo can move forwards and backwards. And, well, kinda look at the player directly. You see that? It's kind of cool, isn't it? And so you see, I have a lot more possibilities now. Of course, it means that you see me in the background. I'm not really sure how I want to do that yet. I've currently set myself to half invisible. I sort of like the idea of being able to see the performer perform. But then I also don't want to be too distracting. I want the character to be the main focus here, of course. And so half invisible is kind of what I went for. I also need to figure out what to do with the hand over there, because I do have Hugo in my hand there, of course. But this, of course, will allow for a lot more flexibility with the puppets. Now, something you will notice is that Hugo is a little bit glitchy from time to time. I'm still working on the movements here. In fact, if we get Ray out again, hello, there we go, there's Ray. Now a natural consequence of the way that we are moving these puppets on the 2D plane is you get this really natural ease in and ease out transition, right? There's never a hard boop, boop, never a hard stop, right? In fact, I can mimic that, I believe. Give me a second. Here, there's never anything like, whoop, there, you see that? It just sort of stops there, and it's kind of rough. I really like that effect, and it was really hard, really tricky bringing that into a 3D environment. Let's spark Ray over there. Let's get Hugo out again. And so that is kind of what I'm working on right now, getting that movement, that sort of really easy, simple movement, and getting it to work with Hugo. Now you can see it's already sort of there, but there is some other glitchiness going on. I'm working on it. It's going to be great. It's going to be fantastic. Ooh, there you go. That's weird. But that's what I'm working on right now. But for now, that was Hugo. Let's get Hugo a really warm round of applause, shall we? Whee! Alright, there goes Hugo. Bye-bye, Hugo. Oh, glitch, glitch. And actually, let's also have Ray say goodbye. Ooh, goodbye, goodbye. Bye, thank you. There you go. But that is it for today's update video. I hope that you've enjoyed. I hope you like what is going on here, what I'm doing. And I hope to see you in the next video. Bye-bye! Woo! There's Hugo again. Yeah, but Hugo can't say bye. Hugo doesn't really talk. Hugo is a very curious creature. Hugo will get all up in your face trying to figure out who you are. Blah 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 blah, glitch 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 glitch. Aw, look at poor Hugo. What's happening with that tail though? There's a lot going on there. It's not quite working. Look at that. Ooh, blub 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 blub. Blub 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 blub. I'm working on it. Poor Hugo. He can't go like that.